Hello, I'm Kabbalama and welcome to episode 9 of Rule the Waves 2 Let's Play Japan. And I'm going to start off with a channel announcement. At the moment I've been recording this series with a headset microphone, which is a bit of a shitty device, but I've just ordered a much better, hopefully much better microphone. We'll find out whether it is better when I get the thing. So that's on order and that should arrive. Well, who knows when it will arrive with this coronavirus thing, but it will arrive at some point, hopefully. So that should improve the sound quality of these recordings. I'm going to start by going through what the current situation is. We just won a war against Russia, during which we occupied Sakhalin and the Liaotang Peninsula. If we look at our home area here, Northeast Asia, the other countries that we've got are America and Britain. And we'd like to kick both of those countries out of there and out of Southeast Asia at some point. We'd like to invade Hong Kong and the Philippines and maybe get these German possessions at some point as well and these French possessions. But we're not really in a position to do that, and we certainly don't want to go to war with America at the moment because they're building our new battleship, the Shory. So we're not going to be doing any invading right now. But what we can do right now is we can put some more ships in reserve. And that saves us a little bit of money. Right, so let's go to the next move. 12-inch rangefinder. Okay. Let's play another move. Our scientists report they are well on the way to understanding stable explosive filler. Better submarines. And when the Katori and the Kashima finish their refit, we will be able to refit our other two battle cruisers, the Ikoma and the Satsuma. We're probably not going to bother with our old pre-dreadnoughts because everyone else seems to be getting rid of them. If you look at how many pre-dreadnoughts there are left, they're not really particularly useful ships anymore because they're too slow. So let's get those two finishing. New docks completed. Kashima has finished reconstruction and so has Katori. Wet heater engine and bigger docks. And let's see what else we can do. So let's have a look at Satsuma. So for Satsuma we can refit it with a fire control director and also a director for the secondary guns. Satsuma. And the next one will be Satsuma. And director. Now we're down a bit on weight. We could reduce an aircraft. Does that mean we can add more guns? No, because we can only have a maximum of 36. Okay. Right, and that's the Satsuma going. So that's all we need. That's all we can do for now. And all we can wait now is to wait 2 months until these two Setsus are finished. A shooting competition in the Navy. Yes, what a good idea. Always helps to keep the Prime Minister happy. Unexpected advances in torpedo technology. And we've got a wet heater engine, so that means our torpedoes can travel at 33 knots for 3,000 yards. That's good. Aircraft bombing of ships. Let's see what aircraft types we can build. We need to build flying boats first because they will go on our AV that we're building, and then we'll build the other two. So they want to have a long range and they want to be reliable. And two ships have finished construction, and we've now got our own 15-inch guns. Currently we're building the Shory in America, but now we can build our own 15-inch gunship, so that's good. Now got a monthly balance of 1 million. Wait until these two have done, and then we'll have some more money, and then we'll see what we can spend it on. We need this technology. Aircraft bombing of ships. Satsuba has finished construction, so has Akoma. Improved triple turrets. That's all excellent news. And let's see if we can put any of these in mothballs, and I think we can. I'm going to put those in mothballs and that one in reserve. And the government doesn't like that, so we'll have to unmothball something. No, the government's still not happy. Oops. Excellent. So we've now got an extra 2,971 a month. This battleship is costing us 3,900 a month, so we can't build one of them. But what we can build is a heavy cruiser, because we haven't built any heavy cruisers. We've just got these two old ones that we had at the start of the game. So if we look at our research into naval guns, 8-inch we've got quality 0, 9-inch and 10-inch are both quality -1. So it looks like we'll be building some of 8-inch guns. We could see about building them in America or Britain, or maybe even in Germany. Let's bring up the ship designer. So here's an idea for a basic ship. It's got 12 8-inch guns and triple turrets. We can get rid of extended armour because we're not going to be using that. And we're probably going to want, if we bring that down to 6, to be able to withstand 6-inch guns, we need at least 6-inch belt armour. So let's have that at 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. Doesn't need to be more than 2 inches for deck. And I think we'll give it 2 inches for secondaries. And that's given us some extra spare. Now let's have a look at Britain and America and see what their fastest ships are. In cruisers, Britain's got a heavy cruiser with a speed of 24. And a light cruiser, the most recent one, has 28. And look how badly armed that is. That's very badly armed. That's also 28. These are 25. So we will need to be at least 29 knots. And the Americans seem to have lots of 28 knot light cruisers. So we want to be 29 knots as far as they're concerned. This is a 29 knot ship, which suggests 29 or 30 knots. What have the Germans got? They've got, that's a 25 knot ship, their armoured cruiser, that was built in 1916, so that's a very recent design. And they've got a 27 knot light cruiser and a 28 knot light cruiser. So we really want 29 knots. We go back to our ship. That wants to be, we'll give it 30 knots. And can we make this oil fired? No. So we'll make it coal fired. And we'll reduce the speed of it. Oops. And these have their turret reduced. Ammo is on the low side. Secondary guns must be smaller than main guns. Seriously overweight. Okay. What does it think now? All okay. Now we're going to want to have 2 aircraft because heavy cruisers are designed as scouting ships as much as anything else. So that's our heavy cruiser design. We're going to call this ship the Myoko. Myoko. I don't know how many we'll be able to build. Hopefully 2, but it might only be 1. So, Rebellion in roads. We should not involve ourselves in this. Flying prototypes. These two are the most tough. This one's got the longest range. No. Aircraft types. Our next thing is float planescape, which will have the same criteria. And let's press on for the next move. AV Brockles World. So that's 6 4-inch guns and 8 aircraft. We can't manage that within the budget. This is an interesting one. Due to hold a speech at the annual gathering of the Navy League, seas should be kept peaceful. Well, that reduces budget and prestige, so we don't want to do that. That increases tension, and this increases budget, prestige, and tension. The freedom of the seas are threatened by the imperial ambitions of Russia. We don't really care if we have another war with Russia because we can beat them. We've beaten them recently before, and we can fairly easily beat them again. And that gives us a bit more money, hopefully. The Myoko is ready for construction, so let's build it. And we could just about afford another one, so we're going to build another one. And we're going to call this one the Mayor. And that puts us on a deficit of 738, which will be cleared out when this one's finished in 2 moves. One of our cruisers has run aground. Let them examine the ship. Offer sincere apologies. Demand that they release the ship. And just let them examine it. We'll soon be able to get bigger destroyers. AV has been commissioned. Yes, we definitely need better fuses. You can never have 2 good fuses. Fleet tactics, destroyer screen. And so now it's just a matter of waiting for these ships to be built. So nothing happening for the next 16 months really. Industrialisation improves natural resources. Excellent initiative to foster international understanding. Bigger bigger destroyers. We maybe should build some destroyers fairly soon. Float planescape prototypes. This one's got the longest range. And let's look at building fighters. We may see if we can get, let's put speed and manoeuvrability for our fighter. And we may see soon if we can build a light aircraft carrier, or maybe convert one from another ship. A revolution in a Chinese province. Send a strong squadron. Gives us budget, but cost tension. Budget and a little bit of tension. And we lose prestige here. We can afford a bit of tension with the US. And we didn't get tension with them anyway, so that's not a problem. And we want to build bigger docks. And now that we've got lots of budget, well, we've got quite a lot of destroyers. I would like to build more destroyers, but I think that maybe cruisers are a more urgent consideration since we hardly have any. And I'd like to build some light cruisers to use as raiders. This is interesting. The auto-designed one has given us 2 lots of position 8 and position 9 torpedo tubes. It's interesting that there's a game that Tortuga is playing recently, Rule the Waves, that's done exactly the same thing. So let's delete those. We don't really want the extra torpedo tubes. Well, can we put extra turrets in? Yes, we can. And we're building this ship as a raider, so we don't want to give it particularly thick armour. its main defence is that it will be able to run away because it will be quite fast. It's going to have a reliable engine and a long range. It's going to have one torpedo defence. I think we can actually get rid of that. So we'll have 5 centre guns and we'll have a 4-inch secondary armament. I think we'll just have 6 guns. We would like it to have 1 air because that's very useful for raiders, and so this will be our 2nd raider class. So we're calling this ship the Kaizoku, which means pirate or corsair in Japanese. And will it work? And so we'll be building one of them. Unfortunately, we can only afford to build one because that's all the balance we've got. Ladder shooting, depth charges, flying boat ready, another flying boat. It's got longer range, more toughness, more manoeuvrability, faster. Yes. And so we'll be building one of those, and maybe we'll build some other light cruisers as well. Yes. And that's all we can do for now because we've run out of money. The Prime Minister has made an ill-considered statement about France. Taken out of context, that gives us more budget because the government owes us one. We will not comment, that gives us tension. We can agree wholeheartedly, that gives us budget and prestige, but that's also too tension. So we're going to say it was taken out of context. Efficient hull form. And the fighter, they're much of a muchness, aren't they? We'll have that one, it's a bit faster. And we've now got more money, so we can build another one of these. So that's excellent. Shipbuilding industry has now developed considerably, and is on a par with other nations. We should build railroads. Depth charges. Got better AA weapons. Protest against the proposal. Get it watered down. I am only the Admiral. I'm going to say I'm only the Admiral. That does reduce my budget, which is a bit bad, but it also reduces tensions, and we don't want tensions right this minute. We want to improve our Navy somewhat before we start the next war. I want to build some more light cruisers and some destroyers before I go to war again. Now, this battleship is about to be finished. Spy from Russia has been discovered. Handle it quietly and discreetly. So I'm building some light cruisers after this. British government is offering to sell us better 12-inch guns. Yes, we need good guns. We always need good guns. Amphibious tractors. In fact, we can take research down a bit, and that will help us build more ships. Valuable insight into US machinery development technology. What would be useful actually would be to build some light cruisers in both the UK and US and other countries if we can, maybe Germany or France, to get some of their technologies. So that's what we're going to do. Design ship, light cruiser. So this light cruiser design gives us a broadside of 6 6-inch guns and 6 4-inch guns each side. We've got lots of torpedo tubes. We've got an aircraft so that we can spot enemy ships. We've got some anti-aircraft guns. These 4-inch guns will become dual-purpose guns later on when we can upgrade to that technology. We've got as good as torpedo defence as we can get, and we've also got 2-inch belt armour and a speed of 29 knots, so it's quite fast as well. So we're going to call this ship the Megami. Right. And when we've built that, we will then build versions of it in Britain and America. We need that technology. It's got little bombs. Build screen. That's Megami. Can we build any new aircraft types? No, we can't. I was hoping to get torpedo bombers. Okay, so now we've got that. Let's build a British version and an American version of this ship. So let's build it. If you look at the country, if you look at the weight remaining, that tells you how good that country is at building ships. The Germans are good, British are good, French are okay, Italians, like the French, are a bit behind, and the USA are doing well. So let's build a German version of this. Can we have any extra technologies? Better 4-inch guns, and that seems to be everything, doesn't it? Better torpedo defence. Germany can only have 4 centerline turrets. Okay, so we'll get rid of that one and that one. Where is it now? Call that the Ger version. Too much unused displacement. Okay. What we could do actually is we could put extra turrets here. Use the displacement instead. Okay, does it like that? Insufficient AA. Okay. So that's the German version, and we're also going to build a British version. Right. Building Britain. Fire control, not the best type available. That's got increased elevation and a director. No director for secondaries. British one gives us a director though, which is very good. And that's everything. So let's, can we get better torpedo defences? Insufficient topside space. That's good now. And I think we can just about afford getting another one from USA as well. Not looks to be happy with everything. Can we make this better? No. And we can reduce the weight a little. Insufficient topside space. Okay. And that's happy now. And so we'll build that. Okay, so we're building 3 new ships based on the Megami design in Germany, Britain, and the USA. And when those are all built, we will have some of their technologies. Uh, that's gonna overflow our monthly balancer a bit. Quadruple turrets. Go to the build screen. Battleship's best because it gives us more budget, and we need budget. And we'll build the British one. Okay. So we can also build new docks now, and let's look at what ships we can put into reserve. We can put that into reserve. Actually, we'll just put everything into reserve. And we're still in deficit. What I'm going to do is this ship, I'm going to hold construction on. So until they want me to build a battleship, wonderful. Well, that would be really nice if I actually had some money, but I suppose I'd better build a battleship for them. Right. Let's build a battleship. And we'll, as a basis for our design, we'll use the Shori Open Design. So the best I can do for battleship design is this, which is very similar to the Shori. I don't want something that costs a lot of money. I could build a much bigger battleship, but this is a very similar one to the Shori, but it's called the Potawasa, which is Japanese for Port Arthur. It's got a 15-inch gun, quality of 1. It's got some anti-aircraft guns, but apart from that, it's essentially identical to the Shori. So let's build that. And we could have a directory on the secondary armament. Okay. And that will happen in 4 months. Hopefully by the time that's close to building, these will be very close to finishing. Offer full compensation. We don't want to annoy the Americans just yet. Purpose-built aircraft carrier. We might see if we can build a conversion aircraft carrier from one of our old armoured cruisers, but we'll have to talk about. We'll have to build this battleship first. Prime Minister's made yet another foreign policy gaffe. I would never presume to undercut the authority of the Prime Minister. That gives us prestige and tension. We've got enough prestige and we don't want tension right now, particularly not with Germany when they're building one of our ships. Agree to make a banned statement that reduces prestige. Divert attention by making a statement criticising the adventurous foreign policy of Germany, France, Russia, or the USA. We could go for France. Let's do that. Okay, that's given us a bit of extra money. Go to the build screen, Potawasa. And so that now we've got a deficit of 2,200. Well, that means our money will run out in 20 turns, which is fine because they'll all be built by then. So we don't need to save more money. We need that technology, and this seems like a reasonable price. Now, what should we do with France? We would rather go to war. A reduction in tension will be welcome. We can afford to reduce our budget. I'm not going to call a disarmament conference because then we'll probably end up having to get rid of this shit. And we don't particularly want to go to war right now. I don't think we'll do that. And we're still in deficit. We'll have to wait for those two to finish. So our 2 heavy cruisers they've just commissioned. Yes, we'll sell them that technology. And we will resume construction of this. So we're now monetarily positive with 830 funds extra a month. So what we'll do is we'll wait for this one to finish. When that one's finished, we will start building destroyers. Unfortunate incident, but really nobody's fault. We need that technology. And that reminds me, I was going to look about getting an aircraft carrier conversion. So let's get this top here, which is in Northeast Asia, and see if we can convert it. So we can get rid of all the turrets, clear the mounts, get rid of all of these, get rid of all of these, put this armor all down to 0, 0, 0, and how many aircraft could we put on it? Because this ship at the moment is essentially useless. CVL. Fire control not the best type available. Oil fuel is now universally available. And we can make that direct. Actually, we won't bother with that because we can't sensibly have any decent guns on it. And that gives us a rather crappy aircraft carrier with 14 aircraft. But it's better than nothing. It hardly costs us anything. It only costs us 2,000 in total to rebuild, and it's a pretty worthless ship as it currently stands. So might as well. Right, so that's everything. So that's the nucleus of our new navy completed. We've got the Potawatomi, which has got 15-inch guns. We've got another 15-inch gunship, the Shori. Both of those are 28 knots, and we've got a load of 27-knot ships. We've got 2 new, very fast, heavy cruisers. And in terms of light cruisers, we've got a raider which has 29 knots, so that's a fast raider. And we're building another raider and 4 slower ships. Well, sorry, 4 other light cruisers, and we're about to build some destroyers, and once we've done that we'll be ready to start another war. So that's the end of this episode of Rule the Waves playing as Japan, and I'll see you all on the next episode. Bye for now.